Hi there, Jason at Odys Global here, and today we're going to be taking a look at newyorkette.com. Really excited about this domain. I think it's extremely brandable. Love the domain name. It can be used in the US, it can be used globally. And we're going to take a look at the history of the site, and we're also going to take a look at the opportunities for it. And I think there's plenty of potential here. In fact, I think this could be a pretty big site if it's in the right hands. So first things first, we can take a look at some of the backlinks that Odys have pointed out here. We've got links from New Yorker, Curbed, ynyc.org, New York Times, some fantastic backlinks. So we'll take a look at those in a little bit more detail in a moment. But first of all, the history of the site. So this site has not been used for quite a while, but it's remained live through all that time. But its kind of history really was it was put together by an artist who shares these sketches, and it had a decent following back in the day. You can see by this the age of the site. It's obviously not a very modern looking site, and there's probably not going to be a huge amount of content that you're going to be able to take from this site. I certainly wouldn't be comfortable taking images of this type of nature that obviously the artist has put a lot of time and effort into creating. So but I don't think that's a bad thing, because actually the backlinks that are going into the site are all pretty well branded, and a lot of them are going to the homepage. So there's not going to be a huge kind of rebuild job with this domain. And if we look at it, it's a DR26. It has 197 referring domains. And if we take a look at some of those, again, we can see those links are still live. New York Times, newyorker.com, curb.com, blogs.com, ynyc.org. So we've got lots of very powerful websites, but also ones that are very relevant to New York, which is no shock really given the name of the site. We've got others, herald.com, Met Blogs, Amateur Gourmet, which is an interesting one, and we'll talk about why that is in a second. So I really like the backlink profile here, and if we look at the anchor text profile, again, that is what we want to see really. So we've got New Yorkette as one of the top, empty anchor, which is fine again, and then Carolita Johnson, I'm guessing, was the author or the artist even, and then newyorkette.com. NYKet. So all of that is absolutely spot on, and gives you a really good place to start from if you want to start building out links, which you probably will want to do once you take ownership of the domain. So in terms of how I would use this domain, I would actually look to repurpose this as a guide for New York. Now that could be in terms of travel, it could be in terms of restaurants, or it could incorporate all of that. To be honest, it could incorporate any element of New York City. However, I would prefer this to go into the hands of someone that is quite passionate about New York or lives in New York, who can really make this into a very authentic New York travel blog. And the opportunity here is absolutely massive. Now, you could monetize this through display, because there's a huge amount of search volume for New York. But also, I think there's a really good affiliate opportunity here. So if we just looked at, I've just filtered out the words here, best and review, and I've just looked at keywords that have a keyword difficulty of a maximum of 30 that are relevant to New York. And there's actually a total search volume. So these are pretty much just affiliate terms, or a lot of them are affiliate terms, of 358,000 searches a month. And there's over 4,000 keywords there that you could look at. So a lot of these are going to be around visiting New York, around the best restaurants. So like the best burger in New York, best breakfast, best places to stay, best Western. So lots of really good keywords. Best hotels, Times Square, New York. So that has 1,000 searches a month, and it has a keyword difficulty of 7. So that's not going to be particularly difficult to rank for, particularly once you really build this site out as an authority on New York City. Now, again, you could just focus on hotels, so just the hotel volume is 16,000 searches. You could just focus on restaurants. The total search volume for those is 12,000 with 183 keywords. These are just ones that are within this maximum difficulty of 30. Now, of course, in terms of monetization, you've got booking.com, who will pay you 40% of their agency fees on their top tier. You could also do some direct deals with restaurants and hotels. There's loads and loads of opportunity here. I think it's absolutely huge. And actually, if we take out the best of terms and we just stick to all New York terms with a maximum keyword difficulty of 30, there's a total volume of 23 million there. So there's so much you can do, and that is just from the United States. And of course, you can not just target United States. You can target all that foreign traffic that is looking for information on New York. And I think in the right hands, with a good content strategy, then this could be an excellent opportunity for someone. And I'd be more than happy to jump on a strategy call if you want to chat through it. Remember, if you do book a strategy call, then the funds of that strategy call, the cost of that strategy call, do go back into your wallet. So essentially, it's free. And I'd love to talk through this in more detail and thrash out a plan with you. Hope that helps, guys, and good luck with it.